I already ate one, but hey, my pod, it's Mermaid Princess Destiny here, and you need to see these. It's Mermaid Princess Destiny here, and I'm really having a hard time trying to figure out what to do for my YouTube videos. I did a live earlier, which cracked 146 views just today and within a few hours, which is great. But since I can't really think of anything else right now, we're gonna try mukbanging, and this would be my first mukbang YouTube video. I made cupcakes earlier because I was hungry and I was trying to figure out what to do. And I was also trying to figure out what to do on YouTube for this week. So no, we're gonna try to do mukbang YouTube videos. Since I heard that gains a lot of traction in the past 5 years, I guess. So now let's go ahead and get started. My first mukbang is eating the cupcakes that I've made. So, yeah. I made these cupcakes in like about a few minutes ago, actually. It was more or less a few minutes ago. A little bit ago, because I was hungry and I was trying to figure out what to do. And I also went to the store today to submit an application because because there's something going on with the government right now, and there's something going on with the government right now, and people aren't people are dealing with food stamps being shut down. I'm one of those users in food stamps. Apparently now my food stamps are shut down this month, so I got a problem. Now I'm trying to figure out to make more money, and figure out how to make more money. And hopefully I can. Oh, I made good cupcakes. I made good cupcakes today. These are really good. Unfortunately, I didn't have any frosting or wood. Let me tell you a story while I'm doing this too. I'm also watching videos on YouTube, but that's beside the point. So let me tell you a story. This is actually somewhat funny. Well, I didn't know while I was still living in St. Mary's. I think I was still living in St. Mary's. Or it was some point last year. So, I didn't know it was about a year or 2 years ago. I asked my little brother David about what funny shit you and Mom went through, or something like that. Funny stuff that Mom did. And she and my brother David, he did told me the story of a drug addict. I wasn't there. I don't know who he is or whatever, but a druggie basically. And he was all high and yelling, "Help, help, help, help," near my mom's house. And since my mom knew that he was a druggie, since my mom knew that he was a crazy druggie, she then came out of the house with the shovel, like she was gonna beat the hell out of him. Yeah. So, unfortunately, she didn't, and the reason why that she didn't do that is because she couldn't find her shoes. That was the only reason. The only reason. The only thing that stopped her was her not being able to find her shoes. And here's another one. That's one of the reasons why I call her the Mafia Boss of St. Mary's. Another reason why I call her the Mafia Boss of St. Mary's is when, while my brother was still in middle school, a few years ago, the St. Mary's Middle School had a new principal. He was from the city. Never try to dictate country middle school. And a lot of reasons. This is one of them. So, my brother missed a lot of school because of how my mom was at the time. She was sick a lot all the time. And she was sick a lot. So my brother took care of her. My little brother David took care of her. And he lost so much school that the principal called the police on him for missing so much school. The principal was from the city. He made the worst mistake possible. He made a bad mistake. when my mom found out, she went up to the principal right in the middle of the school day. Right in the middle of the school day, she went up to the principal and chewed the hell out of him. And chewed him out so much that he was horrified. Never piss off my mom. She's a mama bear. So, just be warned. Whoa. Jeez. It was pretty good. I'm not gonna go too deep into my next story because it's a little bit sexual. It's a little bit yeah. A little bit of 18 plus there. Let's see. So about 3 years ago, when I was 27, when I was about 27, 3 years ago, it was literally the weekend after my birthday, like the day after my birthday. And I went to the bar and hung out with friends and listened to the DJ playing at the time. And I was just playing on my phone and hanging out. And okay. And this is a true story, and some Colombians, and I ended up dancing with some Colombians, but since I have autism, I didn't think it through. And when I figured out what was going on, it was too late. I was surrounded by Colombians. And a friend of mine, well, now not a friend anymore, but a friend of mine saved me. Now I just think he's a freaking asshole. An asshole and a liar. He saved me and helped me get back to my friends. And I hung out with him through the rest of the night. He took me home, and we went inside my apartment at the time. I allowed him to go into the apartment because I was still pretty freaked out of the whole thing, and I wanted protection. So I allowed him to come in. And then one thing and then we watched a little TV together, and then one thing led to another. And the next day after he left, I had no idea that he was in a relationship at the time, but his girlfriend texted me and chewed me out. I don't think I deserve it because I wasn't the one that forced him to do anything. Because I didn't do anything. I didn't force him to do anything. He did what he wanted to do. He did what he wanted to do, and I did what I wanted to do with him. But she chewed me out, called me a liar, and doesn't believe the truth no matter how much I speak it. So there's that. And because of the, and I didn't told him I didn't know that you were still in a relationship. I didn't know that he was still in a relationship, and he gave me shit for it too. So I was like, now I call him a lying asshole. Now I call him a lying asshole. Another story that I've been through in the last within the last 10 years. When I was about 25 and I didn't was getting my license. Well, I got my license, but I was practicing. And I went to church during this time, and a guy in his 60s, this is a true story by the way, a guy in his 60s asked me if he could if he can help me practice or something like that, and help me get my car, and help me get my first car. I said yeah. Again, I have autism, so I didn't think it through. So I said yeah. So he took me out to date spots. Before I got my car, and both before and after I got my car. Well, actually, he didn't take me to date spots with my car. he helped me to get my car, but he took me to date spots before I got my car. And again, this guy was in his 60s, so he took me to date spots, and when he brought me up a mountain to check out the view and stuff like that, and something like that, he hugged me. I was very uncomfortable, but I hugged back politely because I'm a nice and polite person. Yeah. I told the, and he also asked me out twice, and I refused him both times. Because he was 30 plus years older than I am. And yeah, so I told the church that. I told the pastor that, and he was surprised by it at first. But when he didn't started talking to him and talking to the guy completely lied and basically tried to tell him that it was my fault for being I don't know, for being tempting, I guess. Yeah. And it was my fault for being tempting. But, no, it was more his fault than mine. It was more his fault than mine because he was the one that went for the actions and tried to call me his girlfriend. And, he tried to call me on occasion to see if I got over it or not. And I'm never going to get over it, just so you know. He was horrifying. He was the reason why I left church. Yeah, I don't think I can finish these. Again, this is my first mukbang, so don't expect me to finish them today. I will try to finish it, finish the next thing I get when I talk to my my bank tomorrow. Okay, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye.